Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires, where today I think we're going to be able to just knock this fortress over. My plan when we saw Sigvald run into view was to, he's in full march mode, so I thought we'd just run over there and murk him real fast and then continue with what we were doing. His army's not terribly impressive, like I am super not afraid of Chaos Warhounds. However, if you look at his movement area here, even in march mode, he still just barely cannot reach the fortress. So if we take it this turn, we should have a full turn to recover our losses while he's still approaching. And then we can, take him next turn if that makes sense, or we can, if he's smart enough to run off, we can chase him. So I think we should go after this right now. Is there, we have a ton of souls. Is there a gift of chaos that'll give us a combat boost that might actually be, relevant here? Not for you. I think most of these are not combat boosts, right? Most of these are sort of long-term or map boosts. I guess, yeah, the missile resistance is something, although it wouldn't apply to any of our units. We could slot an income up. Frankly, maybe that's worth doing. I guess we have kind of a lot of money going out right now. So hold on a second. So we went in for Tzeentch's stuff, and in doing so, we lowered our Nurgle authority. But we could totally go Tzeentch and Khorne. And I'm assuming that the Khorne lowers your Slaanesh authority. Yeah, it's the way they're opposing each other here. Yeah. So maybe we just start earning some souls toward Khorne's gifts as well, because honestly, Death's Bounty is probably a pretty significant amount of money off of this battle that we're about to hit. Blood Greed for all units with the Mark of Khorne. So I'm not exactly clear on the Mark of Khorne. How do we earn specific marks? I have no idea. I'm gonna press this button. We're gonna go ahead and burn some souls for our dude. Okay, that's turns until the gift can be exchanged, but the gift is active right now. Cool. We are paying out a lot of souls per turn, but we're earning a lot of souls per turn, so it's fine. Okay, we had time to finish one. It says one, but it's one Siege Tower X2, so it is 2 towers. We also have burned a little bit of their health, you can see. I don't think this should be anywhere near as hard as they're making it look like it's going to be. Let's rumble. So my thinking is we're probably going to put the Aspiring Champions in the Siege Towers and have them followed up by the Forsaken. Try to just rip apart whatever's standing on the walls. If we can find a spot where they are defended by Marauders rather than Chaos Knights or perhaps even worse, Chosen, who are very tough. Look at that, 65 melee defense on top of 130 armor. Then we can probably win a wall somewhere, and once we have access to the interior, once we can open the doors for our Horsemasters and stuff, things are going to get very difficult for them. So the Horsemasters, like the normal Marauder Horsemen, are fast-moving units that throw javelins, but I believe the Horsemasters have considerably better armor piercing. I mean, honestly, we took this upgrade because we're on our way to Chaos Warriors, but these units are legitimately better and should, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, be a little bit better against these. About a quarter of their damage is armor piercing. We can do a pretty direct comparison here. So, yeah, they're better. It's maybe not shockingly so. All right, anyway. So as we have done in the past, I think we definitely want to split our forces up. I'm not exactly sure what the best way to do it is, though, with this force. So if we were to breach one of these gates... Yeah, is the other one... Ooh. This is weird. That's a weird something. What's going on over there? So we have these interior supply locations. I kind of want to pressure like the front two corners mostly. Put like, yeah, one unit of aspiring champions, and it knew exactly what I was going for. I put them in the right spot. I want to make sure this is actually, yeah, like, I want to make sure the wheels are facing the right direction. I do not want to have to watch a siege tower try to turn. So the siege tower has two major goals. Number one, obviously, it protects the units in it from arrows while they're attacking, although the siege tower can be killed. But more importantly, it lets your units get onto the top of the wall without becoming tired from climbing the ladder, which means you are actually getting to fight at full strength, which is a pretty big deal, in my opinion. Okay, so we have our units of Forsaken to follow up. And then, like, I think we do want to basically split the Marauders. Yeah, because we want to draw their defenses. We don't want them to stack up too heavily at either one of the gates. We want to have a little bit of control here. And then the Horsemasters have a missile range of 90, which is okay. It's most of the range that these things have. So what we could do with our horse units is just have them kind of sit back middle here and commit to whichever side looks most available. And in fact, we could have the Chaos Trolls do that as well. The horse units have Vanguard deployment, allowing us to put them further forward than other units, but also there's no reason for them to be Vanguard deployed because they are fast enough to catch up with whatever. I think I'm going to put our Sorcerer over with the other horse units, and then our Chaos Lord upon Manticore back. We'll start over here where there probably won't be any defenses so that he can easily just fly into town, and then we can drop on the backside of whoever it makes sense to drop on. He has 98 speed, so it shouldn't be too hard for him to catch up. You know what? We can start him a little closer than that. I just want to make sure he's not going to take a ton of bonus damage. And in fact, they do have... Huh. They have a tower over here that counts as manned. That's a little silly, but okay. So yeah, you get in there. Y'all try to dock right here. Right next to the gate would be ideal. I want to try to draw those Forsaken up as fast as possible so that they're well inside of any tower firing range. So we do have enemies with ranged attacks here. We probably want to stay outside of the range of those. And then it's just like... the Marauders close, but I don't think we actually hurl them up the wall. And we can bring our... obviously, we can bring our Pink Horrors in and have them do some actual damage while all that's going on. Now, over here, things are a little bit trickier because they've done a better job manning this wall, so there's more towers that are active. And I probably want to save... So we have the ability to summon in Pink Horrors with the Aspiring Champions. Apparently we have to wait 60 seconds after the beginning of battle to take advantage of that, which is fine. So Marauder Spearmen, the Chaos Warriors with the great weapons over here. And then mostly Marauders on this side. How many really armored units do we have over here? Okay, so this is both the units of Chosen and two of the units of Chaos Warriors. All right, I think I'm going to have the horses break to this side. I think we're going to have a much greater effect over here, just hurling spears at enemies up on this side. And we have that strike area. We have the thing that peels armor. I think I'm going to send the caster with the horse units. Can open up these Chaos Warriors with the great weapons. We can also just nuke enemy combat stats. The trolls. So I think we're going to get access to this gate faster. So the trolls are also going this way. And in fact, the trolls can just go straight for the gate and start banging on it. Yeah, over here we just need to be like kind of cautious. But it is good value to split the enemy force in half. Alright, so we have two different big weapon damage buffs. I'll be a little cautious about their use. Jeez, these towers, what the hell? They're like machine guns. Kill them all. Alright, let's try to... Yeah, wow, their towers are terrifying. Jeez. I will destroy them. Actually, not them. Sorry. Oh no, did you get yourself stuck? Oh, this is... Okay, no. I was very nervous after what we saw happen to, after what we saw happen to Bellicor that time. So did he successfully move? Yeah, they did. They did just move out of range of the horse units. Well, you know what? They're not putting very much effort into... I'll stand outside of the way. And actually, you two could just turn and fire here. We don't really need any more movement. But I definitely want to make sure we're keeping the pressure up. We can sort of crowd them out of this area, I think. Yep, we're not really in any danger here. Is there an unarmored unit in the area to focus on? No, not really. Okay, just, yeah, shoot at whatever. And we super do not actually want to get to the top of the wall on that side. Chaos floor. Ruin them. You dare challenge me? All right, murder. Tons of murder for everyone. They're taking control of these towers, but at this point we are outside of their attack range. Nope, not entirely we're not. There we go, problem solved. And if they're going to group up like this, like Searing Doom is not awesome, but we can absolutely Searing Doom. Oh, they're turning around, the cowards. Oh, we still got some decent hits. Alright, the Aspiring Champions are in, and as soon as they've cleared the siege tower, we can have another unit run up, so... Alright, focus on these dudes. They are the only thing up here that is of any danger at all. And, you know, I was gonna nuke their stats. I'm not sure it's necessary. I guess let's make sure. The Aspiring Champions can punch through their armor. I'm not too worried about lowering their armor, but let's lower their offensive capabilities. Yeah, wow. Some of these units of Marauders really got shredded. It's interesting that these towers are firing, considering that there is no one manning them. Can we fix this, maybe? Y'all just climb up there and make sure those are formally under my control. And then the Aspiring Champions have, I guess, had their shields depleted by the Marauder Horsemen. Doesn't seem terribly likely to me, but fine. Yeah, I kind of... I'm debating between just charging down here and grabbing them and running up the side and engaging the Chaos Warriors. Can I cast this? Yeah. Okay, so we can throw them down onto the ground. You know what? I'm just gonna climb off the wall and let's see if we can get them to engage relatively straightforwardly. I'll say this: we are certainly taking more damage from them than I was expecting. So these are Great Weapon Marauders. Alright, keep killing their stats, because it would be great if they were just dead. Okay, they've lost control of these towers, and it seems like they're basically falling back at this point. A lot of their units are retreating. Or maybe they're just responding to the fact that I put bodies on the ground over here. These units are doing a great job of keeping all of the armor distracted. It's very funny to me that that's working. Let's go ahead and summon up the unit of pink horrors to... I guess we don't really need the unit of pink horrors to put pressure on these guys in this way. They're kind of backed into a corner. Alright, kill the chariots. Well, that turned around on me. Those things have a very impressive turn radius. Like a kind of totally nonsensical turn radius. Alright, it turns out we're going to just hack through this gate before it would even matter. But we're also about to get control of the gatehouse. Gotta tell you, taking a lot more damage here than I was expecting. Alright, they really want to do this over here, huh? Running. Well, as long as they can keep me off this point, they can keep bombarding us with that tower. I guess that's their entire plan? Alright, horses, make sure you're killing that. This gate is actually not quite dead yet. Okay. Everybody in the pool. We have an enemy control point to grab, and to be perfectly honest with you, I am considering pulling back from this other side entirely. All right, so they put their exalted hero out here. I think we can sort of like dive on that. The pink horrors can just pepper the horsemen, I guess. And yeah, apparently as long as I leave these units over here, they're gonna keep 4 units of heavy armor to keep me in place.
What? Running! I will see to it.
I'll say this, they're doing a good job of keeping that tower alive. And that probably does matter for them quite a bit. Y'all throwing stuff? Are we getting the job done? Here, let's make sure these chariots go down. They probably won't be able to stand up to combined fire from that many units for very long. All of the melee on this side need to just push through. Yeah, and we gotta start taking these control points. Alright, you should be able to do that very easily. Looks like the cleanup over here is finished. Y'all can also just run through and claim this tower. And actually, they've not done a good job of leaving any defense on this control point from this side. Oh, I think we had our pink horrors disintegrate. Summoned units do not last forever. So yeah, I think we probably want to take a significant portion of this force, probably all of the ranged cavalry, at the very least, and press over to here. Also, let's send... you already have orders. Send this full unit of marauders this way. Okay. Chariots are more of an annoyance than anything. I've never found chariot units to be particularly effective, either under my control or against me.
Your will? No! Move fast!
Alright, let's just break their control of some stuff. We are losing our aspiring champions. Let's see if I can pull back here.
For the Chaos Gods!
We've done a good job of being a distraction, but I think that distraction time is over now. Their exalted hero yet lives, which is a shame, but probably not a shame we can actually do anything about. And there we go. With control of the area, their control of the point, there goes that tower. We can probably let the aspiring champions regen their shields and then just send them right back in, honestly. Okay, and now that we have control of this point, and we will very soon have control of this one, I think we just march into the town center and take the main point. The main point has control of just these barricades around it, which is very... Oh, wait, is there no barricade in the central... Okay, so there's barricades on the routes that lead to the quarters, but a lot of our units can just run up the middle here. So these are the proper chaos units, proper chaos warriors and stuff, heading over to attack us. I think I'm going to turn these units around right now. We broke their control here. We stole their towers and stuff, and now we're just going to go straight for town center.
Chaos Floor!
And in fact, you can get over here and help with this as well.
I am channeling! Going! Ravage them!
Alright, lots and lots of guys just kind of throwing spears at each other. Bad news for them is we have massively superior numbers.
Marauder horsemen!
Yeah, they're getting shredded.
Run! No!
Okay, cool. Alright, I've been a little reluctant to bring the trolls in so far, but I think this is like exactly the moment. The trolls will be good at countering the Chaos Warriors, provided that I, hit the Chaos Warriors in the back.
Very well!
Alright. Group of tough marauders that's still healthy, your job is to stand right here and make life difficult. Alright, they're basically out of ammo. Ah, okay. These units are free to approach. We're just going to go open this gate right quick. Alright, so they retook that victory point, but they lost the city center, which has opened up all the routes. And, I mean, am I just going to... Pushing up behind their hero and killing him would be awfully good. He does outrun our trolls by a pretty serious amount. No, I think the plan is to get in and hit the Chosen in the back. They're going to try to flank me out here, which is going to work, by the way.
Nurgle's pestilent glory.
Get over here. Alright, a good troll charge in the flank ought to wake these guys right the hell up. So the lot of you are basically out of ammo. Yeah, there's not really a lot we can do now. I think what I'm going to do is have all of these units just flee this area. All of the horse units are on full-time run around and capture duty. Is that wizard almost here? All right, we have a ton of magic.
Moving!
We're going to make very good use of it. Well, very violent use of it. Alright, so here comes the troll charge. Hopefully we can do sufficient damage to their morale there. Transmuting them to lead sadly does not, or transmuting their weapons to lead at least, does not slow down their move speed. Which you would think that it would in fact do that. Alright, this goes off pretty quickly. There we go. That was pretty good.
Chaos sorcerer.
Alright, the Manticore can certainly fight some of them. Can y'all turn around and disregard that exalted hero by any chance?
Moving. This world will die.
And you know, this dude's not a good fighter, but he's got a sword, he's got a horse. It's better than nothing. Okay, so we're capping the gate over here. We'll have that soon. They can't rebuild this stuff immediately. They did the same thing we're doing with the cavalry units. Just use them to run up and recap a thing. I think we're gonna have this group try to push in and hit these chosen in the back. All right, our aspiring champions are almost present, and they will be able to summon a unit of fresh pink horrors. They're also going to kill that exalted hero. What is this tower attached to? Where's the... Okay, here's the point back here. Let's go and cap that, because every point that we're holding makes them even sadder. Let's try to finish this guy off first. See, the trolls are wavering over here. They got pressed by those other chosen. It is a shame. Can I drop this in a way where I'm not really going to do damage to my own units? We can try. I definitely did not tell you to stop moving. All right, get him. That exalted hero is just... It's been teetering on the edge of surrender for like the entirety of the time we've been in the middle. It's very frustrating that he won't just give.
Slay every mortal.
All right, as soon as that guy breaks, we turn the champions around.
My magic is ready. Putrefaction on them. Going.
Right. Everybody out. Okay, here we go. So we have a bunch of units coming through the fight for the middle here. So that unit chosen is broken. Let's pursue these Chaos Warriors first. Yeah, all that they have left is the heavily armored stuff, which is like zero surprise. As soon as we take this, I'm going to try to route these horses around for a cavalry charge on the rear. I don't love the idea, but we got to do something. All right, big defense up for everybody. Break them down. One of the units of Chosen turned around to blunt my charge, which I do not appreciate. I don't really want to send in my lord, though. I feel like that's going to end in tears for me. So let's nuke combat stats here. God, that spell takes 4 fucking ever to go off.
I command here.
Alright, and we're getting good damage. Some good damage.
Marauder horsemen!
You know what?
Give us carnage! The dark gods command me!
Changed my mind. This battle is kind of like turned in a funny way, and now I want the charges to come from this side.
Bring us to carnage!
Alright, just hit him in the back. You don't have to do a lot of damage. All you have to do is scare him.
Very good.
Yeah, and you can see the morale drops. They're happening. Okay. This unit of pink horrors is having a really slow approach. They appear to have gone over the wall instead of through the open gate because they hate winning battles. These things happen sometimes. And yeah, we're getting some breakage. It's not as fast as I might like. Where's my... Okay. Keep an eye on my spell cooldowns here. Because we are going to want to re-up the transmutation of lead as soon as it's available. Alright, we can just about hit all of their units with it. Never mind. Yeah, so that did not go as well as I was hoping, but it is a victory, and it's more to the point, it's a victory in which none of our units were actually killed. And there was a lot of violence to be done there. Yeah, like almost everybody gained a rank. Oof, those chosen. So like when you're dealing with an army that has a small number of units that are far more elite than the rest of the army, a thing that is often viable is to kill the stuff that you can kill easily. Just try to route around and avoid the elite things for as long as possible, and then fight them when overall enemy morale, like army level morale, is much worse because of all the losses that have been taken. And you can often get them to surrender before you have to actually do much fighting with them at all. I mean, this is going to vary from force to force, obviously, but here, that's totally what happened. We didn't have to punch through most of the armor. Of course, if you have proper armor-piercing damage, you may be able to not worry about this, because you could just actually kill them. But we're pretty short on it, at least in this army. Okay, I am definitely occupy and vassalize. Hell yeah, and Tiro gets a Chaos Dragon. That rules. The Fortress of the Dam is already built up in almost exactly the way that I would build it. I'm going to demolish this and replace it with the garrison structure, obviously. And yeah, because it already has the replenishment enhancing building, we're getting to heal for a ton. This rules. Okay, so we got our Brand of Turmoil. We have a skill point left over. Are any of my units anywhere near gold ranks? We're starting to get kind of close with some of the... Oh, we should warband you. Sorry. You could become an armored Chaos Troll. So yeah, we have infantry who are close. Is that the red line skill that I took? Yes. All right, so as soon as they're level 7... they'll start getting all this stuff. Do we want to take yellow line buffs for Intiro and push him into being more effective at character killing, or do we want to buff up this army? Like extra movement and stuff. I mean, there is another point of extra movement, but it's all the way down here. I think I'm going to turn him into a little bit better of a fighter. Because he got beaten a little bit more easily than I would like there. We're also definitely going to upgrade. So what tier does it require? It requires 5. Okay. Definitely going to upgrade our Marauders into proper Chaos Warriors. So since we're going to be fighting more other Chaos Warriors up here, I'm thinking maybe we want to swap to Great Weapons. So halberds and great weapons are both going to have superior armor piercing damage. The halberds are going to have some anti-large, while the great weapons are going to have better armor piercing damage and also more melee attack. Yeah, let's go for great weapons. These weapons, they rule so much. And y'all could turn into Chaos Spawn, but I'm not sure that I actually think Chaos Spawn are better at this task. Like, Forsaken have Frenzy, and we could morph them into Forsaken of Tzeentch. We would lose 8 melee attack, though. But Forsaken of Tzeentch have the, yeah. They have the shield. And actually, some of that melee attack loss might be because I think we're de-leveling. Okay, no, they didn't de-level. Alright, and they have the Mark of Tzeentch, so they are benefiting from the stuff. Yeah, okay. I am gonna Tzeentch them out. Okay, yeah, the Chaos Warriors are halberds, not great weapons, sadly. So, rank 5, y'all could be upgraded. Why aren't you upgraded? Why did I probably didn't have a lot of exalted ones in the pool, but yeah, these should definitely be exalted. What am I doing? What am I doing? Real lack of professionalism here. Okay, so you have to be a proper Chaos Warrior before we can, a proper Chaos Knight, before we can consider the other upgrade. And the Aspiring Champions can't be marked. Okay, that's fine. That's good enough. Turn this off. That'll get us Arcane Conduit.
The gods smile.
All right, so we'll be in pretty good shape, and we'll see where this guy's moved to. Do I have Regiments of Renown available? I do. Actually, I have a lot of Regiments of Renown available. Do I want to... You know what? I'm going to replace those Horsemen, for sure, with the Chaos Knights. We're building toward using Chaos Knights in this army soon anyway. And then what else do we have? We have a pretty good Hell Cannon. This army could probably use a Hell Cannon. I'm wondering how much of our melee infantry we want to drop. Having a unit of Dragon Ogres in here would also be very helpful against these heavily armored units. Yeah, alright, let's maybe kick out some of the badly damaged Chaos Marauders and replace them with some fancy stuff.
Your defiance is noted.
That's not even the same kind of thing. Okay. What's in the Warband recruitment? No Chaos Knights or no Chaos Warriors or anything. Yeah, this army composition's a little weird, but I think it should be fine. And we'll be back at full strength in like 2 turns. Okay, Be'lakor, it is time to get the feel of the situation over here.
Voyage.
So first things first, the Shrine of Cain belongs to Eataine, so they probably have the sword. They are not big friends of me. Negative 100 reputation from Aversion. Can we...
You and all that you stand for.
Okay, they are at war with the Seducers. I don't want to just declare anything until I know what's up a little bit more. I think we're going to sail around the coast a little bit here. See if we can get the vibe. But Eataine generally starts on the south side of Ulthuan, so the fact that they hold the northern settlements does kind of suggest that that they just own the whole deal. I think we're probably going to hold off building anything else. I'm not even sure why we have an open space here. Oh, right. And yeah, we've vassalized the... Yeah. So, to be perfectly honest with you, bonus melee defense for our armies in this province. Slow Prince Sigvald down a little bit. Yeah, it would have been good. It would have been a good thing for me to maybe pull Antiro out of the battle a little bit earlier so that he wasn't so completely depleted. We are definitely at risk of him still being badly injured when a battle starts next turn if Sigvald continues to run at us at full speed. All right, there's a lot of stuff going on down here that is not necessarily relevant to us. We might be able to, probably not. I was going to say we might be able to re-engage the fast forward, but I definitely do want to be able to see what's going on with the Vanaheimlings and also with the High Elves, so it's probably not a good idea. We're going to see a lot of, like, garbage units running around here, though, in ways that are not relevant to us. Okay, Sigvald just backs off. That's perfectly reasonable. Because if he did push toward us, we were for sure going to annihilate him. Apparently we have some trade caravans from Cathay all the way out here somehow. So Aghal is on our side now, but we still have this other Norskin faction that is at war with us, who are vassalized by Sigvald. I'm not sure how we're going to deal with that. It would be a lot easier if we had two armies in the area so that we could be, focusing on two things at once. It might be worth starting to build the third army, like, at the capital, and then just have them portal over and join us. We have the income, just start that up if we want. Unruly vassals have risen to question your might. Why would they do such a thing? Should you put on a demonstration of strength? A set of brutal executions will make it be known that we're not to be taken for granted. So, for some reason, you're not allowed to look at your incomes during events, but I'm imagining that this is still plus 20% on a very, very small number. So we're going to take the one that gives a small combat buff instead. So... Wait, do you not like me? I thought we were...
I forbid you to look upon my terrible beauty.
Oh, interesting. As soon as we became friendly with Aghal, they, like, completely turned around on us. Interesting. Well, they're not at war with me yet. Yeah, they really... It's interesting that they really hate Aghal so much because they're not even... friendly with, or they're not even at war with them. How many settlements do you have? Just the one? We could just wipe you out, and that is the one that would vassalize Crag as well. Maybe that should be our initial focus here. My biggest concern is if I try to go that way to take that over, Sigvald's going to be able to access the Fortress of the Damned again. Maybe this is a very good time to do exactly the thing I was just talking about doing. So we did max out this settlement. Yeah, you know what? Start building a horse barn. Apparently it also comes with bonus favor. All of the purple buildings have bonus favor, which is weird. I think I would rather have access to Chaos Knights than to... Because, like, it's going to take forever for the Dragon Ogres to show up in the pool. Right, 2 turns plus 3 turns. Well, honestly, that's not even that long, and those buildings aren't that expensive for the tier that they're on. For a lot of factions, you're trying to build a tier 5 building, it's going to be like 10 or 15k gold and like 8 turns. So maybe it is perfectly reasonable, in fact, to go for Dragon Ogre builds. And then, yeah, let's start recruiting. So we could bring in... We could just bring in a new Demon Prince. Kidgast Galderman. This is somebody. This is somebody who got converted, right? One of the Norskins, I think. Yeah, I mean, Hideous Visage. I'm kind of surprised that this unit doesn't have Causes Fear by default. But hell yeah, welcome aboard. So we got a notification when that guy got Demon Princed. And I thought it was weird because, like, why would we care that that faction can now have a Demon Prince? But I guess what it actually does is it takes the hero away, or it takes the Lord away from the Norskin faction that they belonged to and puts them into the Chaos recruitment pool, which is actually a really cool way for that to work. All right, so in here, we still don't have another point of... I guess if we want more Chaos Knights, we got to actually improve the Chaos Knight building.
Who is worthy of my
All right, let's bring these units in at least. We have access to the worst and most basic Skaven, who obviously we will not be pulling in. We'll do a little bit more recruiting next turn, and then we can head through the gate sometime shortly after. And like I said, I'm certainly thinking about going this way. We could go for Slaanesh instead. We don't have any units of Khorne right now, but... Ooh, this gives Frenzy to all of our Aspiring Champions. So everything... Yeah, everything buffs Aspiring Champions. Champions are amazing. Yeah, I really like the idea of all of our Aspiring Champions getting Frenzy, especially since we're going at like 2 units of them per army.
innovation?
They are having a tremendous effect on the battlefield. So I might leave Intiro where he is for the moment. I'm assuming... No, actually, the Twisted Towers has almost no defenses at all. Whatever armies they can muster... No, they're kind of out to lunch right now. I wish this wasn't such a long cooldown. I'm going to stay put for one more turn just to let us get to full. And then we can pursue some nonsense, potentially. Actually, step just outside the city and go into ambush mode. Let's see if we can convince Sigvald that we've left and lure him back over here.
The first. The sea.
All right, Bellicor is going to sail basically all the way around the island. We are going to slow down for a second, though, and check this out. Broken masts can be seen piercing the ocean's surface. Yeah, let's go ahead and I'll ride out and attack a foe for some treasure. Check it out. It's, I think, the same vampire pirate army that we totally embarrassed earlier.
Time to die.
Full replenishment, or... Yeah, full replenishment, it turns out.
More thoughts.
Okay, a Magister, an Obsidian Amulet that's kind of terrible. And Lost Cargo effect.
Harbinger. Cross the sea.
It's so goofy that you're not allowed to interact with naval points of interest while you're in March mode, which is why I swapped to normal. But interacting with the points doesn't actually cost any movement. So you just come out of March mode, hit the thing, and then go back into March mode. And it just creates this kind of like arbitrary feeling distinction that you're not allowed to use. You're not allowed to search points of interest in the sea that are beyond the 75% point of your movement. It feels really weird. So with all of the money, we can do a little bit more recruiting here. I mean, I guess you may as well grab the weird spawn. We got some gifted units available.
Who is worthy of my host?
And to be perfectly honest with you, at this point... Oh, we can't really move until next turn anyway. Yeah. That's right, I forgot. Units spawn in with just the tiniest bit of movements that you can put them in a city if you want to. Alright. And we will definitely have the money to fill out that army if we want with garbage units. Or we can portal it over. Obviously, I'm just talking about... Well, you know, it probably isn't even worth portaling. Okay. The Ursun Revivalists have declared war on us. We wouldn't be portaling directly over. I was talking about portaling to, like, that village up here and then sailing across, but I'm actually wondering if that's even faster. It might be better for us to just get in the water and sail directly there. But now that this has happened, we may actually have to have this third army divert themselves over to deal with the Ursun Revivalists. They seem like a pretty weak faction, but I would prefer to collapse this problem now, rather than waiting for it to potentially spiral into something else that bites us in the ass. Things seem to be going pretty well for the Broken Axe. There's a lot of really embarrassing fighting occurring down here in Bretonia, just armies pushing each other back and forth. Not a lot actually getting accomplished. Nope, Sigvald did the thing that's probably smarter to do. How about you, Chimerax? You want to cross the river? Nope. Alright, a lot of cowardice is what we're in for over here. So in order to get access to the good Skaven units, we're going to have to upgrade our outpost once it finishes building. A level 1 outpost only has access to recruit troops that can come from the settlement you built the outpost in. The higher level outposts can hit the other player's global recruitment pool. And obviously that will be very helpful. I'm not relying on Ag Hall for very much. I can't imagine them being terribly useful here. Oh, also, we should see if we can get out of the war with Goromadni, maybe? Ooh. Subtle Torture just lost all of their armies, if I'm reading that situation correctly. Oh, hey, remember how I said we were going to get attacked constantly by assholes? Here it comes. It turns out this third army that we just built is going to have a lot of important things to do.
Deathbringer.
So let's go ahead and portal, because we need to go to a new region where the warband pool is a little bit less depleted, and it looks like we need to come over here and play some defense before we do like basically anything else.
There is favor to be had.
Okay, so here there are more champions available, more Forsaken. And then we could, in fact, just pull a ton more Marauders. I mean, it'd be fine, I guess.
Beg for my blessing.
Right, that's an army, technically. in any case, it's a lot of troops, and it will cause problems for our opponents. And even with that, we still have 5k, well, 4k, sorry.
Cool.
I really want to round up, but it feels maybe disingenuous to round up from 4,200 to 5k. Yeah, absolutely. Sail to the wreck right now. I'll kill some vampire pirates. You don't always end up against the same thing here, but as long as we keep getting put against the same thing, I will continue to destroy them. All right. 5,000 gold and a bunch of bonus XP and a barbarian. Ranked up after winning 4 or more offensive battles and started a war. Yeah, I guess we did do that.
The first demon prince.
All right, even more points in devious plotting. I love to be devious. You have maxed out deadly blades. Like, what is the next most important combat thing? We have a couple of melee defense increasers. I guess your leadership's pretty good, but it could be pretty better.
Full speed.
Gosh, we are not well liked around here. Okay, so a number of the High Elven factions do still exist, which I'm kind of surprised by.
Destruction for all.
Maybe we just sprint for it?
A malignancy pervades.
They can't attack the fortress next turn, and after that it will have the garrison.
They will be dominating.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just make for... I'm gonna make for the Twisted Towers as quickly as I can. Conquering the Twisted Towers would solve a lot of our problems right away. And, I mean, this is fine. We probably don't need to upgrade this thing. But we also have a lot of money. We can afford to. Yeah, this I'm absolutely invested in garrison upgrades. I think that seems like a great idea. Here at the Doomkeep, I'm less concerned. Okay.
Foolish thing! No!
It's an interesting army.
Chaos incarnate.
I guess let's see if they actually attack. I would really love to end this war. It just feels like a terrible waste of time. Turns out none of the High Elves like us. Who would have thought? Also, from the balance of power bars, it seems like the Dark Elves are considerably more powerful than most other factions because their power is on par with our own. And that's just measuring like raw troop numbers, I think. There might be a factor in there for like what the game thinks troop effectiveness is. But in any case, there was a lot of red in the bar. That's my point. So those Dark Elves might be getting important stuff done. I wish their important stuff was fighting High Elves on my behalf, but I'm happy as long as they like theoretically have the ability to do that. Maybe we could talk them into it later or something. Alright, doesn't look like the that Wood Elf faction is long for this world. I'm real nervous about this Redhorn tribe. I don't think they pose a huge threat to us right at this moment, but I also think they don't have anybody to fight except for us and people that we are allied with, and at some point that natural bloodlust is going to take over and they're going to hit something. And once they do, it could create kind of an annoying problem for us. Less annoying because of the portals, of course. Yep, so the Altar of the Crimson Harvest is under attack. It's going to take them a really long time to starve the garrison out. And just out of curiosity, oh, the garrison can just handle the army by itself. What a weird composition. So they've got a bunch of pretty high damage. You can see Frenzy, 33 melee attack with armor, armor sundering and stuff. But these things have 10 armor. And they just have no melee defense at all. So it's just like a bunch of glass cannon melee units, some very short-ranged anti-infantry, like, poison cloud lobbers, and then a bunch of weird chariots. I don't know how they thought they were going to be able to take down a settlement with this army. I don't really care about the replenishment on the garrison. They'll get there. So that was a huge amount of money. I don't know what the hell they thought they were doing.
Damned with power.
So I guess this means we can probably just pop you over here. Deal with this faction really quickly. They have 3 settlements. Hopefully they're all like grouped together at least. Yeah, I think that's the plan with the new guy.
Master.
Who I guess we're coming back to because the
Voyage.
unit selection order or the army selection order is kind of nonsensical. So we have no idea where this Slaanesh faction ran off to. Do I have them on my diplomacy bar? The seducers. Oh, maybe this is them? They just got kind of slid to the right, and for some reason, despite the fact that they are at war with Eataine, as we expected, they haven't been wiped out, despite being right next to all of Eataine's armies. Very odd. And Tiro is... yeah, definitely just running as fast as possible.
Into darkness.
Okay. And then we have all of the dollars. So, do we also want to build the Chaos Knight building, or... I mean, what else would we build? The control structure, I kind of don't care about. We could build one... yeah. Yeah, I think the answer is yes. We also build the Knight building. And we should probably upgrade these just to increase the maximum warband bank of the of those units. The only... wow, the difference between these two buildings is small. I guess we'll take the upgrade because it does increase our income. So in the long term, it's quite beneficial. But we're talking the really long term. So it's probably 2 or 3 more turns of running at full sprint to reach the fortress that we're after. And I'm just leaving that fortress that we already took from Sigvald open that whole time. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but once we remove this Slaaneshi faction and vassalize the Norskins, I think we're going to have so much control over the area that it's going to be very hard for Sigvald to focus on just us. Even if he does manage to retake the Dark Fortress, I think we're still in a pretty advantageous position. And we'll just take it back. The Sylvanians do not seem to be coming around on us. Still a lot of anger. Okay, they're just trying to knock out Ag Hall stuff. No thank you. They really want me in that war, and I don't know why. It seems like it's over. Yeah, who can make sense of the mind of the AI? It's a mysterious and terrifying place. I wonder where the settlement that would vassalize Goromadni is. Because they are kind of making a real nuisance of themselves. And I guess we have an army in the area, so I'm not worried about my holdings, but let's have a look. Okay, Wargrove's gone. So's Middenland. Raise or sack the Palace of Princes. Probably not, honestly. Okay. Over here. So here's Kygast. Where is... This is Goromadni territory. Ah, here it is. Karak Vlag, which is currently held by... That's an orc faction? Their shield looks very dwarvish, but it says greenskins. I mean, can we just get them to lay off? Yeah.
The bloodthirsty warriors of the tribes.
Maybe I just let this... We'll just let them fight. Like, why do I care if they're fighting the Bearsenlings? Here. Buy yourself out of this war. Okay, we're going to ignore them. I don't actually care about this. We are going to focus at least a tiny little bit. Anything fun in the pool over here? Nope. Giants and dragon ogres haven't replenished yet. You know, I'm not sure that I actually want to be running like a huge number of aspiring champions, just in terms of like the total number of bodies in our unit or in our army, but we could probably drop the 8th unit of marauders for them. That seems fine.
There shall be no rest. I go where I please.
So this is Tong. Do we have any sense of where the fortress that controls Tong is? We do not. Presumably it's around here somewhere. I don't want to extend my land too far north, again, just out of, like, concern for how much defense I would have to do. So I guess we're wrapping all the way around Ulthuan. So I managed to get myself 180 degrees across from our target. That's a pretty cool dragon, you have to admit. I kind of want to, like, let's deal with the Twisted Towers situation. I want to do this before we end the episode. So it's gonna, you know, it's gonna maybe get a little bit on the long side here. Some Norskin faction that I've never heard of before has been destroyed. Oh no. Conrich Scuttle is a very fun name for a Skaven. Oh, I should actually look at our outpost in their territory and see if it is ready to be if construction is completed, and as such it is ready to be upgraded. Once you have a reasonable outpost going with another player, you can have up to 4 of their units in each of your armies, and it definitely feels like pulling some Skaven like Jezzails or Rattling Guns or something would be real good for us in the long run. Not that pink horrors aren't great, just, you know, we can do better. Alright, our ally may deal with the Goromadni problem anyway. Seems like we will not have to care about this. I do feel bad for for the Ag Hall who joined our cause and then were immediately abandoned. Just like, good luck, y'all. I have business over there. Wulfric the Lustful. Maybe not a quality that is all that relevant to the war. Kind of a weird thing to name a commander of your armies. Oof. Intertribal warfare. War has broken out between rival tribes of the Horde. An example must be made to ensure the marauders will only fight what our masters desire. Not an appropriate comma. So -5 control everywhere is annoying, but we have pretty good control over most of our settlements. And it really only matters if it gets down to -100. It does have some effects before that, but they're not terribly huge.
It is mine now. Of torment.
All right, so Bellicor. Continue along this way.
Tides.
Apparently we're sailing through a heck of a storm. Yeah, Eataine really does own the vast majority of this huge, extremely valuable island. All right, can we get them this turn?
You have my faith.
Absolutely. Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't just declare war on them.
Your soul to shrieking
Well,
fragments.
never mind. I am going to just declare war on them. Always try to get bought in if it is convenient to do so, but there is nobody here to help us out. There's nobody here to give us money for joining them. And yeah, I'm just going to take the close victory. That's good enough. Okay, so we've united this area pretty much under our banner.
Now is chaos.
So first of all, immortality, huzzah. Secondly, what did we unlock? Mortal supremacy. Okay, so we have the portal glyph. 2 uses of a unit of Chaos Furies. It's fine. We still somehow haven't fought an army that contains 5 missile units. I guess there's just not that many missile units in Chaos armies in general. But this is definitely something I'm very interested in pursuing. Oh, I should probably spend that skill point, huh? So probably Deadly Blade first. Let's get that attack up so that you can actually hit enemy characters. We probably want to finish grabbing spells, but we have access to a couple other things here. So spell cooldowns down. This would get you to 47, 45. Like, I think your stats are still bad enough with this bonus that it's not even really worth pursuing. Bonus leadership aura. These are all kind of crummy. If you're going to take Ruinous Wrath, you would definitely want to take Warrior Wizard with it. I don't think that needs to be this dude's deal. I'm going to take Spellslinger.
Excellent. Spread ruin on them.
All right. Apparently Twisted Towers was not very developed in the first place. Okay, so this Dark Fortress doesn't give control of anything. 19 units in this garrison. You know, for the most part, we've been fighting enemies that don't really bother to try to defend their stuff in any meaningful way. Sigvald is a little bit different on that front.
Demonic hand.
Okay, can't see anything else just yet.
So
We don't need to upgrade anything at the Doom Keep. Over here, I think we can probably take the construction cost reduction. I'm not so worried about enemies getting close. And, aha, we did enough battling here to get immediate damage to a target army and a gift of some more demonettes into our gifted pool. Also, 2 turns until we can Slaanesh gift.
yes, I
Yeah, we'll get there on that. So, is there anything else of terrible import? We already moved Bellicor. Nope, all that's left to do is run back this way. You know, with this portal here, I'm wondering if it would even be worth it to rift there. We might want to push further west. Because as it is, a unit coming through that rift could probably get to both the Fortress of the Damned and the fortress we just took in pretty short order. Ah, shit, I keep forgetting to look at my outpost.
Do not try to tempt or threaten me.
Is this High Elves declaring war on me? It sure is. Alright, well, we're going to get a chain of those, probably. Now that one of them has gone to war, they'll go to war together to maintain their relationships with each other. I was gonna just come to Ulthuan and help you deal with your clumsy chaos problem, but I guess now we're gonna have to like scour the island of all elven life.
The Harbinger. The fort.
Wasn't my plan. What? Who are you? Why? Okay. You hate elves. Why would you declare war on me at this moment? Same team, dude. Again, the mind of the AI is unknowable. Like, we're at war with his... We're disliked by all of his greatest enemies. We're at war with one of them. And, simultaneously, we are massively, massively more powerful than the Doomfleet is. I cannot grasp what he is thinking. Ooh, I don't know about all that, friend. Kind of putting yourself in position to get totally wrecked. I guess maybe he doesn't have the same vision of Sigvald that we do. We share vision with our vassals, right? That's why we always know what Leaf's up to. I don't know. I suppose it could just be the AI making decisions poorly. I don't know. Does that sound likely to you? Alright, outpost stuff. In the Doom Keep, even more control loss, because negative events all the time, always. So, outpost stuff. Before I go anywhere else. Ah, you have to be in a full military alliance in order to get access to their global recruitment pool. Okay. And they have no recruitment buildings here, so...
Speak quick, faster. Too slow, and you...
Okay, he's not actually interested in pursuing that with me anyway. That's a bummer. I'm really not looking forward to being in a greater alliance with a force who's going to use the fact that we're in an alliance with them as an excuse to declare war on lots of people. The sacrifices one has to make if they want some rattling guns, you know? Alright, I think that's a pretty good place for us to stop for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We've put some serious pressure on our problems in the north. We're reinforcing our army, and to be perfectly honest with you, I am kind of thinking about building a fourth stack already. So, yeah, that's a pretty good indicator of how things are going, I guess. When you come back next time, hopefully we can extend our push into the north a little bit further, knock out Sigvald, and maybe start in earnest on this this high elf problem we have. And we'll see you then.